Hey guys, so I agreed to do this video because Ed and I get quite a lot of questions about our relationship and kind of like how it works with Ed being trans, I guess. If you hear like a bit of background noise, sorry, that's the chinchilla like jumping around everywhere, and ignore the washing as well. I had to do it downstairs. But yeah, we get quite a lot of questions from people who aren't well informed of the subject, and some of them can be quite like rude, because people don't really understand, I guess. But yeah, I got a few questions today on Tumblr, so I thought I'd answer them. Firstly though, I want to start on something that I read. Started off as a reply to Ed's post about trans relationship, like a relationship with a trans person being the same as that like with two cis people, and someone disagreed with that and thought that they were different, and some of the reasons that they gave I just wanted to briefly touch upon. Was one of them was about the mental and emotional struggle in transition and like the stress it brings, and someone's ability to have a happy relationship. Now, obviously, like, I only know about the mental and emotional struggle through what I've seen from Ed and through other people as well. Like, I haven't experienced it firsthand, but I just wanted to make the point that like anyone can have mental and emotional struggle. Like, I'm not saying that those who are trans get it worse or like have it better or anything like that. I'm just saying that mental and emotional struggle within a person, it doesn't like depend on their gender. It can come down to like various reasons, like it could be due to depression or other mental illnesses like schizophrenia, bulimia, anorexia, eating disorders, like anything like that can cause mental struggle, grief, things that anyone can go through. So I don't think that issue comes down to if someone is trans or not. I think that's completely down to the person and people in their relationship. There's another bit. Does these people have to worry about whether to eat and buy anniversary gifts or finance lab work and hormone prescriptions? Now, I know how expensive transitioning can be. Ed touched upon it in the video that he just done, that he spent, like, even though he's NHS funded, he has spent like in excess of £500. But I wanted to say that loads of couples have like financial issues. For example, with Ed and I, despite him having all the extra stuff, I have to pay for my prescriptions and Ed doesn't, and like I've got family members who pay so much money each month, like 40 quid each month for prescriptions, and they're not trans. There's different medical issues. So what I was saying, that like some trans people could be in like a high earning job and not struggle as much with paying for things than, I don't know, like a cis couple who weren't employed and had like asthma or loads of other medical conditions that they had to pay for. Right. Or not necessarily unemployed, but like on a low earning, but still having to pay for prescriptions, if you know what I mean. Like I'm not what's the word? I'm not trying to say that people who are trans have it easier, because I know that it's expensive, and I know that not everyone can get funded by NHS or insurance, but financial issues and medical problems aren't gender or identity specific. I know the NHS makes a huge difference in the UK, and I appreciate that it's different in like America and other places like Australia, etc. But that goes back to the idea that it's just medical conditions in general that cost money. It's not just one medical condition. I thought that it was quite important to make this point because this is meant to be a support. These like meant to be supporting arguments for trans relationships, and cis relationships being different, but really if you look at the reasons that were given to them being different, they can be applied to any relationships, any people. It's completely person specific. Like anyone can struggle with financial issues and emotional issues. So I don't really think cis and trans relationships are different. I think they are very similar. Like, there's going to be different types of those issues that you're going to face, and it can be on different levels that you're going to face them. But in any relationship, you're going to face difficulties. But it doesn't mean that they're different or the people have to be treated differently. Anyway, getting on to the main questions that I was asked. Someone said, I was wondering just generally what it's like to be with a trans person. I'm curious as to what it's like. I know it's no different to a cis guy, but I'm just wondering. Like I've kind of touched upon already, it's no different. We still do the normal things, like go out places, meet up, see friends, have alone time, like watch films, chat, talk. I do find that we're very close, that we're very open about everything. I think Ed being trans does in a way have a part to play in that, because where we're so open, we can talk about literally anything. And I think a lot of that has stemmed from when we first started talking. And we started talking because I saw Ed's post on Tumblr about him being trans and like coming out, I think it was. No, it wasn't a coming out post, but it was a post about him coming out and all the medical steps he had to take, everything like that. Because obviously he come out way before Tumblr. But it's just a post about him and being trans. And I think from the outset, Ed was a very open person. But it took obviously a few months of like talking and stuff before you can be properly comfortable with someone. But I think him being trans had a massive part to play in how close we are, and how able we are to be so open with each other. But yeah, like you said, it's no different to a cis guy. Like, we still do the normal couple things, we can still be a couple, and do everything a normal couple would do, really, just with extra openness, I guess. And I got another ask, what about the sex? Like, he doesn't have a cis guy cock. Does it get in the way of a physical relationship? How do you feel about his... I'll do the first bit first. Does it get in the way of a physical relationship? No. To be simple, not at all. It doesn't make a difference. He still has one. Still works. How do you feel about his naked body? I love it. I love everything about it. His arms, his stomach, his little happy trail he's got going on. But yeah, I love it. I love how he's so comfortable with me, and how he feels he can be naked and stuff. Yeah, I love skin on skin contact, and I love his body. Was she scared at first or unsure what to do to him? No. I don't know, we kind of discussed it, I guess, but just go with the flow. Like, know the limits, I guess. What he's comfortable with, what he isn't. But he seems pretty comfortable with everything. So no, I wasn't scared or unsure what to do. If you're scared or unsure, you just ask. Like, it's important to be that open. If you're not able to be that open, then it's not really going to work. Like, with any couple. If you can't be open, you're not going to know what the other person likes. So yeah, talk about it, try some things. It's all good. Right, next question. Are you scared of strangers lashing out at you or targeting you in hate due to your man's gender identity? No, I'm not scared. Like, he passes in public so well that you can't tell anyway. And if strangers lash out at me or target me, then that's their problem. It's not mine, it's not Ed's, it's their issue that they have to sort out. And I would quite happily take a few punches if anyone was that sad to waste their time in doing that, because I know that Ed doesn't deserve it, and that I would happily stand up for him because he has done nothing wrong. and it will be the people who take action that will be the ones prosecuted at the end of the day. I've done taekwondo, I can defend myself if need be, so no, I'm not scared. And have you ever received hate for being with him? No, there have been a few people that haven't accepted Ed, and I've fallen out with them over it because they didn't go about things in a nice way. They weren't very nice people at the end of the day. Haven't necessarily received hate for being with him. It's more receiving people's opinions that aren't really educated enough about it. Yeah. Another one. Are you excited for Ed to have stubble? Yeah, I love his little moustache he's got, but you can really see it in person now, it's really cool. But yeah, I'm excited because I know how ecstatic he's going to be when he gets stubble. And yeah, yeah, I'm excited. It'll be good to see him really happy. When it is dysphoric, how do you handle the situation? I just talk to him and try and make him laugh. Like, hasn't really had like major dysphoric episodes in ages now, since like, don't know, maybe February. I think with all the treatment, like this is more something for him to talk about, but I think now that the actual medical treatment has started to pick up, there hasn't really been a really bad day or anything, but when there was a bad day, I don't know, I just kind of spoke to him and tried to take his mind off everything, just made him laugh as best as possible, left him alone when he wanted to be alone, and just acted like normal really. You can't really act like different towards them because it's not going to help them at the end of the day. Like, you need to be a distraction, not a trigger. So I think distraction is a major part because you know that it's going to pass, and it's just a tough time that he'll be going through at that moment. So yeah, distract him, make him laugh, tell him jokes, and let him do what he needs to do. Is it any different dating a trans guy as opposed to a bio male? No, he treats me how I want to be treated. He, don't know, like, I don't see the difference, to be honest. He is a man at the end of the day, and he acts like one. And yeah, I don't see any difference. He's very similar to all the guy friends that I have, and when everyone's together, it's obvious that he's a guy. Like, yeah, there's no difference. I don't really know what to say to that one. But no, it's not different. Yeah, this is really awkward. I don't know what to say. Like you may say, like, there's the sort of, I see where you're coming from. Like, I see what you're trying to ask. Is it different in respect to like bedroom stuff? I think is what you're trying to guess at. No, it's not different. We can still do the whole leading up to the act and the act. So yeah, no different. How do you guys handle the angry trolls with grace and dignity? I'm not sure I could do it. You just kind of have to realise that they're the ones you don't really understand about trans stuff. You just kind of have to keep calm, and you kind of take pity on them for being so ill-informed on everything. If you get angry and snap back, then they're likely to just enjoy the attention and retaliate. But if you keep calm and try to explain to them stuff, they're either gonna get they're either gonna get annoyed that you're not giving them the argument which they want and back off, or actually stop and think about what they're saying. And every so often they might learn something. But if they don't, you can't let them get to you because that's exactly what they want. You kind of have to step back from the situation, keep calm, and just carry on as normal, really. it's their loss at the end of the day. So yeah, I think that's everything. Sorry it's a bit awkward. Not really used to doing videos. I'm awkward in public around people, let alone on my own, so yeah, I hope this answered your questions. Sorry that it's not very good or I didn't answer them very well. I'm better at typing than speaking. Yeah, so if you have any more questions or you want anything explained or you didn't get a satisfactory answer, feel free to drop it in my ask and I'll answer it typing rather than a video. But I guess if it's a video, like, it's always there, something to refer back to if people need to or need answers. I hope I didn't offend anyone. I didn't mean to if I did. I was just trying to answer the questions that I got in the least awkward and offensive ways possible. I didn't mean anything offensive if that happened. So yeah, hope this was alright and kind of gave you an insight. And the bottom line is really that it's not different dating a trans guy to a cis guy. The only difference would be, I would guess, is the confidence level, I suppose. Like when we're out and about, I can tell that even though he passes 100% male in public and he knows that, I can tell that there's always like a doubt, like, is that person looking at me? When they're not. But if you're self-conscious, you think people are looking at you. But I guess that's the only difference. No one looks at him when we're out in public, and they shouldn't do. Yeah, it is no different. We're very emotionally, linked, very close, very open. Yeah, very happy. Bye.